Jeffrey Seal. He's with Ground Floor. Really excited to have him here. You want to tell us about what you got here? I know Ground Floor is pretty interesting to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be relatively informal. So if you guys have some questions around it, happy to take those. So Ground Floor, first and foremost, wasn't created to be an origination platform. It was actually created to be a public investment platform for people investing, just investing generally at the onset. We're about 10 years old now. And what we do is no different than what E-Trade did back in the 80s and what Acorn does now, right? We created a public investment platform for people to invest. The only difference is we don't do it in bonds, stocks, ETFs. We do it in real estate. And so on top of that, what we also did is we've gotten the appropriate licensing requirements through the SEC that allows us to onboard non-accredited investors to invest in real estate, which is why the entry point is so low. So that's why we're all the way down to $10. We've had discussions about $1. And so there is no specific net worth requirement for you to jump on the platform and start investing. And so that's the premise, right? So for that to work, you have to originate loans and you have to put product out on the investment platform. So we initially fund it, to be clear. So it's not a crowdfunding mechanism, though that's the best definition for it. That's not actually what's happening. We actually fund the deals on our side. They go through the SEC, they qualify, then it goes out to the investment platform. And then people, as I said, for as little as $10 can jump in there and participate in what we call LROs, which is a limited recourse obligation. And so you'll have thousands of investors invest all in one property. Okay. So even when you go onto the platform, again, you're not taking down large portions, unless you want to, large portions of one property. You're diversifying that across hundreds of properties at any given time. So that is Ground Floor at the high level, and is for sake of what they created it for. But again, in order for that to work, you have to originate some loans. And so the type of loans that hit that platform is tried and true hard money loans. It's purchase and renovation. It's short term. That's why our platform sees 10% returns in a matter of 12 months, right? So that is what you're investing in on the front side, and it's what we're originating on the back side. Okay. Some of the unique things about Ground Floor. So we try to pass on what benefits we can that come off that investor platform. So for example, when you invest, you don't expect payment on a monthly basis. You get paid when the property dispositions. And so if you've got $10 in a property and it pays off in 6 months, that is when you get your money back, is in 6 months. It's not paid out on a monthly basis. So we roll that benefit over to the client on the borrower side as well. So every borrower, every deal that we fund has no monthly obligation, or no monetary monthly obligation. There's no payments being made on your loan. So which is beautiful. Like cash is king, right? There's nothing worse than writing a $2,000 check on interest only. So you can wait 30 more days to write another $2,000 check that's interest only. So we don't require that of our borrowers. We just allow it literally incrementally increases the loan amount day over day until the point of payoff. So when we fund a loan, we don't fund it and roll in a bunch of payments. That's not what we do. We fund it, and day one after it closes, that interest just starts to accrue. And so when you go ask for your payoff, that is when you actually pay your interest. So again, huge benefit. It allows you to focus in on what's important, and that's the project. It keeps money in your pocket as you move forward and find these change orders within your budget. So super helpful. One of the other benefits we have is we allow origination points, both broker and just our origination points. We finance those into the loan. So there again, recognizing that cash is king, we try to reduce your costs day one as much as we can. Because we also recognize we're not the cheapest when it comes to points, and I'll explain that in a minute. We reduce it as much as we can by financing those into the loan. So your out of pocket that first day at closing is as low as we can possibly make it. So another nice benefit there. To get back to why the origination points are what they are. So what's beautiful about the investment platform is it's free. Okay, there are no costs for you to play on the investor side. Right. So if I originate a loan at 10% on the origination side, when it hits the platform, what you're going to get if you invest in that project is 10%. So that doesn't change. So we live and die by our origination points. So we're going to be on the higher side. We're going to range anywhere from 3 to 4. Right. And that's because that's the only thing that we charge as a company. And that rolls over to the benefit of the investor platform. So that is that. We do new construction. We do use typical purchase and renovation or rental stabilization loan. We do refinance renovations. We'll do heavy rehab. We're in 32 states. And so we cover a lot of space. So that's ground floor, high level. Happy to take any questions if you've got them.
Love it. Jeff, I think it's just a fantastic platform. When I first heard you back several months ago, I was just really excited about it. I thought, well, this don't even sound right because I've never heard anything quite like this, but I think you really are groundbreaking, as far as the ground floor goes. I mean,
right.
Anything like this, it just offers a lot of people opportunity that may not have one.
Right.
On either side.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, the entry point for real estate is sometimes pretty high, right? Whether you're doing it through other platforms that require you to be an accredited investor, that means you have to have money. Mm-hmm. If you're wanting to actually borrow and do your own transaction, got to have money there and some experience. But man, if you just want to make 10% return on your money, put it on the Ground Floor website, on the Ground Floor platform. We also, it's worth talking about, we launched an app called Stairs a few months back. John, have you played with that at all?
I have not. No, I'm
okay. So
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah. So obviously, the reason we created Stairs, to be honest with you, is we're trying to increase the capital we have at the ready in order to fund the deals that get us to the point to put them on the investment platform, right? That's the premise of the creation of Stairs. And so what Stairs is no different than some of those other high yield savings accounts you've seen. So you can earn anywhere from 4 to 6% just by parking your money in Stairs. Okay. It doesn't really, it's a ground floor created product. It doesn't tie into what we do on the investment platform because that's, 10% earnings. That's secured by real estate, and it's secured by real estate, by the way, by debt, not equity. So you are a bank. That is the securest way to get into real estate. So that's a pretty secure platform. But Stairs is, it's unsecured. It's just a high yield savings account. Right. And so again, very, very liquid. That nothing has to pay off for you to get your money back. Money flows in and out of that pretty easily, but you can earn up to 6% through Stairs. So that is a recent app that we've launched.
How do you spell that, Jeff?
Just like climbing stairs. S-T-A-I-R-S.
Okay, great.
Yeah, right. And that's being updated constantly.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. I love that. Yep. Yeah, real nice platform. You've made it so user friendly too, I might add. I mean, you can go look at the deals, and it's actually, we were in there yesterday, my wife and I, because I actually got paid off on another $50 little loan I did on one this week too, and so we had some money to spend, so we went and we just kind of played around with it, look and see where the opportunities were. I mean, I think this time we went in Georgia on a couple of different things, but I think we did one on Florida, and they're all over the place, but it's really fun to see. And you can look at the experience the people have too. I mean, you can see what previous deals they've done. And just, I know for me, it kind of gave me some ideas on what we're looking at with some of our rehab projects, and just ways to present those. So I really like it.
Yeah. So with the SEC, so there's specific information we're required to share, and one of them is experience, right? So you know what you're getting into, and again, I did it wrong the first time I did it. I think John and I talked about this. I had money and I put it all on one project, and it's because I knew that project. I knew the broker, I knew the borrower, I knew the area, had a feeling for the property. I mean, it was absolutely insider trading. There's no better way to explain it. But I would never do that again because it gets nerve wracking when you hit that 12th month and you haven't gotten paid back. But what's great about, and John talked about this, is great is if you go in and you use the investment wizard, and it'll essentially say, hey, I want to invest in everything at 10% or everything at 12%. I want to invest in everything at 8% because that's theoretically a lower risk category. It puts it in all the properties. And so you'll get pinged a couple times a week. Hey, you just had an investment payoff. Hey, you just had an investment payoff. And so it's actually very entertaining to get those texts and those pings. It's pretty satisfying, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's a fun way to steward your own investment, so to speak. And what's great as a borrower, and it all depends on how cash heavy you are, if we finance a transaction of yours, there's nothing stopping you from taking more money, putting it on the investment platform, and earning interest on your own deal. So you could actually earn back interest that you're being charged by taking that approach.
Oh, wow. I never would have even thought about that. That's a great strategy right there.
Invest in yourself, right? So
wow. I'm going to have to look at that now. We've
Yeah.
always been paying cash for most of our projects, but this might be a good alternative there. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to talk through one of those with you when you have a moment.
Wow, that's some really insider trading, it sounds like.
I mean, it can't get any more inside than yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't look good in orange.
Yeah. Well, my wife says she don't look good in orange, so she likes playing by the rules, and I like these rules.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree.
Yep.
Agree.
Ask him how it gets your properties in there. If you want something. traded.
Now, as far as is getting involved here, I have a referral link.